Wow.
So,
Can I
you
ask
know,
you a question?
please do, yeah.
Uh, um, so just for everybody who's is still listening about this, there's a lot of different what do we say, Chetan? The meanings of the lines and the stripes and the solid lines and the striped lines and the
Yeah,
absent energies have all different meanings, and
yes,
so you can see that we are just scratching the surface here with this.
yes, we are.
We're just barely scratching the surface with the amount of information of this system. In my chart, I'm a manifesting generator, and I have a follow my gut and the profile 3-5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just want to say that one of the most helpful things to me, I think, and do you find that this is true with people, that one of the most helpful things about the human design is getting this this validation. I mean, I imagine that a lot of people have the expression, oh my gosh, that's so true about me. Nobody's ever been really able to put it in those terms. For me, you know, and I think it's really true that this tool is a tool for our times, because our consciousness is changing, our individual and our collective consciousness is changing. And I love the different authority types, because our culture tends to pigeonhole us, to use another word that you've already said, but our culture tends to pigeonhole our ability and how we're supposed to make decisions, and it's usually from the mental body. And you can see from this system that there are a lot of different ways to make decisions and a lot of different ways that we come at our decisions, and to get some validation for that, for me, I think that one of the most helpful things that I got out was that being a manifesting generator, and the gut response thing, was how important that gap is between getting the information and sitting with that information and then making a decision to move on it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's such a typical response of us to engage our mental body so immediately on what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad, and it's usually all outer focused.
Yes. Yes.
So this is an incredible tool for self-validation, and really, truly, how unique each one of us can be. And like Chetan was saying at the very beginning, and you know, we're getting downloaded this information or these designs from a very, if you will, cosmic level. And it really is about a design, and not about so much a program, but understanding how to work with the design. So I'm just curious, the question after all this, the question is, working with people, what is it that you find what typically is the response that you get from people when they come to you for readings and take your workshops?
Well, thank you, Marcy. As I say, I've been reading for people for 30 years now, and most of my readings are about 90 minutes long. I do some that are shorter and more direct. But what I find happening is people come with some kind of expectation. That what we've been used to before has been psychic readings, or astrology readings, or something like that. And the human design basically gives you a direct image of what you hear playing out on your terms. We can use it predictively, but we don't do that so much. It's more about empowering people. So what I find happens, particularly when I give somebody a reading, a little ways into the reading, I just see the person starting to glow. I mean, I say that figuratively. Sometimes it's very obvious. But what I'm doing with the reading is I'm basically tweaking people's genetic codings. Now, we come into the world with this perfect life chart. This is the image. This is a snapshot of the universe at the moment we're born. It's just in this funny triangular picture, but it is a snapshot of the universe, where if you ever wondered whether you're connected in here or not, you are. Yeah? The world is not complete without you. You are absolutely connected in here. And this is the image of it in, like I say, this funny triangular picture. But when I'm giving somebody a reading, I'm reminding them of what it is they came in with. Now, you know, 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, all kinds of stuff's happening to you while you're a baby, while you're a child. You go to school, you are in a particular culture, and you get moved away from your own perfect makeup. As we've discussed, you start trying to think your way through life rather than perhaps feel your way through life. And, you know, for men particularly, 20 years ago, men didn't have feelings. You know, it was all women's stuff. You know, there's been a revolution in finding out, well, actually, men have always had feelings, and they haven't known what to do with them properly most of the time. So understanding these different aspects of what it is that makes us up, it's absolutely amazing what I see happening in people's lives. Yes, they get a lot of reassurance. Yes, I recognize that part about myself. But when they recognize they've also got these 3 keys to play with, in any instance in their life, they can recognize what's going on energetically. And when they start playing with these keys and start using them, as I say, their whole life takes on a transformation. It's absolutely huge what I see happening in people's lives. They start relaxing in their life. Mm-hmm. They stop trying to go 90 miles an hour along with everybody else, you know, and they just tune into those things that are appropriate for them. So I could go on for hours, but the transformations are huge.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So, you know, again, I just want to say, if you're in Denver, come to the workshop. Consider getting a reading. We still have spaces available for readings while Chetan and his wife Carola are here. And the workshop again is on Sunday, September 26th from 10 to 6, is it, I guess? 10
I
to
believe
6,
so.
I believe, yes.
Yeah. And we stop for tea, which is when all kinds of fun things happen too.
Right, and this is just the beginning, because I have a feeling that once it starts catching on here in the U.S. and hopefully here in Denver, I'm finding more and more people know about it, but they've come about it from different directions. But again, Chetan is an extraordinary resource to become acquainted with this system. There are others out there, but somebody who's studied it, worked with it for 15 plus years, has been around the block probably more than once with this, more than anybody else probably out there, except for the people who actually brought this information in, who are not necessarily accessible like Chetan is, and how he presents the material is so user-friendly. It really is a very good methodology for lay people like myself who dabble in these things, but there is extraordinary depth in this information, but he makes it very, very user-friendly, and it's just a lot of fun. So please consider coming to the workshop, getting a reading. Again, you saw the website. You can always communicate with Chetan directly through his website.